Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video, I want to talk more about the E-beggars and my experience with it. And I know on some of it, I used to be so judgmental. But yeah, it was out of ignorance, of course, you know. Yeah, when I first, like I say, I've been on YouTube for, August will be 4 years since I've been making videos. But I was on watching videos for I don't know how long before then. So, yeah. Now, I used to think that YouTube was just about music videos and how to do things like computer stuff or, things like that. Like computers and along this line. Uh-oh, something's moving over here. I just went and bought groceries. But anyway, squirrel moment. But yeah, and when I found out, there were other kind of communities, people did different things, and some like shopping videos and all kinds of stuff. I saw that there was a community. Well, whilst, seeing all this about a community, and I kept thinking it was really small. Back then, it wasn't as big as now, of course, but yeah, who knows? Was it really not that big back then? Because it seemed like such a small community. Now, the first time I think I saw somebody sell something, like sell it to the community, I was a little bit put off, because I just didn't think in those terms. I didn't think that it was, YouTube was about selling stuff, I thought it was more, like you just, talk about your life or shopping or whatever. That was kind of ignorant of me, right? But yeah, then I saw somebody else later on sell things, and it's like, so, they sell things. But sometimes it's the way people phrase it, like they're, begging for somebody to buy it because they need it, because they don't have enough money, and, that kind of thing. The begging part of it got to me. You see what I'm saying? Now, I think everybody knows something about judging other people, You're going to be judged by your own, yardstick. Judge not, lest you be judged. But yeah, and in my life, anytime I judged anybody for something would come up that would, I'd be judged on the same thing. It was a very similar situation. Not something I was doing bad or anything, but judged at the same time, still. And, so and I had worried, about saying anything about e-beggars or people who, were looking for money because, what if I had decided later on, that I wanted to sell something? How would I see it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm going to be judged by what I had said about them. I really don't have any problem with people selling things that they're making or, none of that. But it was the situation, like I said, back then, and the tone, the begging thing. Like, I don't know, that begging gets to me. I don't have a problem with charity and stuff like that, but yeah. And that's me. I need to, my fault. I need to change that about me. Now, the one that I'm not going to change my mind on is the ones who are conning. It's a con artist. It's a scam. No, I'm not going to change my mind on that. That's all kinds of wrong. They need help. They don't, not financial. That's their con, is to get some financial help. But you know what I'm saying, get mental help. Just my opinion. But really, then people need to be more aware of that, to not get conned by them. But often what would happen is they'd start off like part of a community, fitting in with everybody else. And suddenly they have this big calamity in their life, this big drama, this big whatever, and they can't afford to buy a furnace or something, and they'll even go as far as saying, my poor mother, she needs this and she needs that. Or one of them I saw recently, then they do that and they get money from people. Okay, people do. One I saw not too long ago, and it was on the community of people, at least I saw it, who talk against narcissistic types, abusive type people. And this woman said that, made a few videos saying that her mother was narcissistic, and she gave all the reasons, and all the things, and she was around my age. And she lived with her mom, and then at the, when I stopped watching it, she was saying it. So I really need help to get out of my mother's house, just because she's so narcissistic. The woman had only made a few videos, maybe 4, and she was already trying to get people to give her help. So that kind of thing, that to me is abusive. That's to me, you're playing with somebody's emotions. If somebody got interested in you, that they would fall for something like that. That's all kinds of wrong to me, Okay, but yeah, that's how so many of them did. They get people interested in them. They would be real supportive of your channel. They'd be part of the community, and you never had any thoughts, of anything that they were going to then pull it, the sob story and try to get money from people. And then the bad thing would come about it. That's bad enough, but then there was more. Sorry, I had a cough, but I meant that there would be more. Each time, each different person. And, they, people would start sending them money. Now, I've had my, what's it called? My post office box in my description since, I don't know, 2 years, I don't know how long. But that's not to e-beg, okay? Yeah. It was easier to do that because, like those giveaways and stuff like that. Just different things. I did some swaps and stuff with people, and it was just easier that way. I just put it up there because me, I forget it. I forget the number. Yeah. But, and like the zip code too, because it's not in my town. But anyway, these back then they would put their post office box, and try to get people to send them stuff. Just everything. They needed everything. They didn't have enough money for this or that or whatever. Now these days it's more of they have a PayPal. And then they have the sob story, and then they have the PayPal. They make sure that that they have a PayPal account, and but they don't say why. They often don't say why. But what else would it be? So they don't feel like they're e-begging, but they really are e-begging. People to pay them money, and I've seen this happen twice again, just within the past couple weeks. Yeah, just past 2 weeks. 2 people, not 1, 2. Okay, e-begging. And then there are various ways to e-beg, these days. Now, like I said earlier, I was kind of worried about saying something like that because it's kind of like you're jinxing yourself. What if something calamity happened to me, or Adam, or, all that kind of stuff. Somebody else I know, like, it's like you're setting yourself up for anything. That's how I feel. I've got to get over that. To be able to speak freely about things and not feel like, some big calamity is going to happen to me because I spoke out, about it. Yeah. I don't do that on everything, but some things, yeah. But anyway, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like to see people con other people, and they will get a lot of people in their mix, Okay, my alarm keeps going off. Sorry about that. They'll get a lot of people interested because they're such a part of the community. That's something that I really worry about, Anyway, I don't think I'll change my mind on that. I really don't. You get somebody, and people get interested in their lives and, sharing their stories, and they pull that. And I never did get to this part, did I? Then what you see is that they go out, they get their money, then they go out and they spend it on frivolous stuff. I remember one of them saying that she didn't have money for a certain kind of appliance or this or that, and her mother needed it or something like that, and her mother lived with her, and then she'd go out shopping at Dollar Tree, and Dollar Tree, big woo, but and buy things that little that you don't need. It's not a necessity. Or they go out and get something, I felt like I needed a me day, so they went out and spent all money all on themselves. Yeah, really, I mean, it's amazing how you will see right after that. And people say, well, if you loan people money, that's your problem. It's what they do, it's their business. No, it's not that easy. We don't live on an island to ourselves, People screwing people, yeah, something needs to be said about it. It's everybody's business when people are screwing people who are more innocent, okay? Who are more gullible. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I'm going to wrap this up or my phone will get hot. And I know there's, where I usually go sit at this tree is probably not, the shade isn't there yet. You know, the sun's like right above. So, yeah, no shade. But anyway, so what about you? What about your experience? Like I say, I'm worried about me being too judgmental, but some things you have to put in your head. You know, I've never fallen for it. I'm sorry if I call it falling for, because, you know, sometimes it's not, people don't want to feel that. But I never did ever pay anybody, give anybody, you know, some kind of, you know, thing like that online, because I've had a lot of experience, years, and never would fall for it. No, I see, I'm saying fall for it again. But anyway, no, you know. But some people are. Some people, I don't even like to word, you know, I just use the word gullible. They are. That's such an awful word, is it? Gullible. But what is a better, nicer, PC word for it? You know, they just, you know, they're soft-hearted. I guess, you know, much more soft-hearted than I am, I guess I can say it. More innocent. Innocent should not be a bad word, you know, but these days it is. But, you know, and they'll do it. They will, you know, give to people because they're giving people. And then they'll find out, like I said, you know, people will go and just buy themselves whatever. You see them eating out at a nice restaurant with money that people sent to them thinking that they really needed this. And then they'll continue. They'll wait another, you know, 6 months or so, and those people have already gotten ticked off at them and left, and they'll have a new supply come in, you know, of people, so they can do that to them. And it's just lather, rinse, repeat, you know? It just is. And you know what? The one that I found them in the most often, that was on the community where people are talking against narcissists. Yeah, they find some way to get money from people. Too many of them. Not all of them. Nope, not all of them in any of this. Anyway, I said I was going to wrap it up. If you want to subscribe to this channel, click the circle. If you want to watch another video on this channel, click one of the rectangles. Like, subscribe, comment, and share if you would. And I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.